Inside Gaming is sponsored by ExpressVPN. Keep your location private from the strangers you game with online at expressvpn.com/inside.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Inside Gaming Daily for Wednesday. It's Hump Wednesday, but we're feeling a little deflated because Amazon's first big video game is a big old mess. Oh, does somebody want to give us a sad trumpet hump?
Wah, wah.
He's flat. I can see it.
Don't you say that. I'm hard as a rock.
Actually, the idea of Jeff Bezos' super company failing in any arena is getting me going.
Okay, anyway, guys, before we get into the sad details, let's talk about Amazon. Everybody knows them, the tech giants, led by a trillionaire, Mr. Bezos himself, and now they're getting into video games. Pretty cool.
It's such a good time to be alive.
Art is better than it's ever been.
Yeah, controlling all of retail and cloud computing and Twitch wasn't enough. Amazon has now been making forays into the gaming space, actually for a while now, specifically with their group of game studios, which has started to slowly roll out new games, and they are great, guys. Just OmniCorp is really killing it.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. Well, actually, wait, no, they're actually not doing so great.
Oh,
What?
Yeah,
tell
so
me more.
Recork that champagne.
No.
It's too big.
Like we said, their team-based shooter Crucible has pretty much been a complete disaster. So.
Oh my god, I just
Sorry.
realized something. Guys.
What?
That you
What's
love Crucible and you're upset now?
that they stole the game from Destiny's
No,
multiplayer
wait,
mode?
is that a Crucible mousepad?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's another example of a big tech company trying to make a splash in video games and failing miserably. I can't get enough.
Finally, some good fucking food.
This dish is always spicy. But we'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah, everybody. First, let's talk about Crucible, my favorite game that I just learned this morning. If you aren't familiar with it, and I definitely am, okay, nobody question me on that. There's no
Right.
reason why you should be. Anyway, it's a free-to-play, team-based shooter with some MOBA elements. It's available on PC. Sounds pretty standard at this point. The setting, yeah, groundbreaking.
I
The
just
setting-
wish there were more free-to-play team-based shooters with some MOBA elements available on my PC.
I can't believe it was a disaster.
It's a free-to-play team-based. I mean, guys, believe it or not, the setting also pretty generic. Your team battles another team of players on a dangerous planet, and you're fighting for control.
I bet there's a whole cast of wacky heroes I can play as, all with their own distinct personalities, quirks, and designs.
Sounds like a game that was designed in a boardroom full of 50-somethings wearing jeans.
That's my type.
The game came out of beta and officially released in May, and the response was mild, to say the least. It got a very underwhelming 56 on Metacritic, with IGN calling it tedious and a slog.
Yeah, PC Gamer said that Amazon's long-awaited hero shooter. First of all, shut up, PC Gamer. It was not long-awaited.
No.
But they said it wasn't worth the wait, in fact.
I think it's a
Boy.
clever headline, PC Gamer.
Are you hiring?
Please, we need. Yeah, it was one of those games that feels inspired by a lot of better games in the same space. It also didn't seem to know what it wanted to be. Is it a hero shooter, a MOBA, a battle royale? I don't know. Of course, all of those genres are hugely competitive and hard to break into. Just ask Lawbreakers or Battleborn or
They're just trying to get into any genre that will have them. Like,
Yeah.
please. But yeah, Crucible's player base almost immediately dwindled from small to almost non-existent. So that's
That's what I'm
fun
talking
for them. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
First Stadia, Google tried to get into it, had the same
Yep.
issue. Now Amazon's struggling. Man,
Stadia
bad day.
absolutely killed it. Now they're absolutely killing it.
It's sad to see these small mom and pops have a tough time.
Yeah, it launched with a respectable peak of more than 10,000 players to less than 200 as of today. Yikes. That's a major problem for a multiplayer game that requires you to find people to play with.
Its collapse in such a short period of time has been truly Anthem-esque, and now Amazon has taken a truly unprecedented step.
Paying their workers $20 an hour.
Ryan, don't be insane.
Don't give them ideas.
Have they pulled the plug? Have they put Crucible out of its misery? Have they taken
old
it out back
yellered
and
it.
shotting it in the head like a dog?
No, not exactly. They announced this week they're going to take the game back into beta, back to the beta future, where they're going, they don't need players. It's a
right.
pretty
Okay.
amazing admission by Amazon that one of the biggest efforts from their studios so far hasn't exactly worked out, to say the least. In a blog post, franchise lead Colin Johansson said they're moving Crucible back into the closed beta starting today to help them continue to make the game better.
Has a studio ever had so much money? Our game launch that we probably spent a lot of money on didn't work out. Let's just do it again.
Yeah,
Redo.
Star Citizen's like, haha, joke's on you, just never take it into beta and you won't have this problem.
Yeah, that's true.
Easy.
Yeah, if you're not already a player, first of all, what are you doing? You've got to sign up for the new closed beta if you want to start playing. As for the game itself, it sounds like they're going to perform some major new surgery on it, but they'll just say it's a deviated septum.
I think
Oh,
I
wow.
found their surgeon. Hi, everybody. Oh, no. We have some major changes to make.
Johansson said they're going to work on map, combat, and system changes, as well as other improvements based on player feedback, which sounds like a lot to tackle, to be honest. He also
Yeah.
said the developers are also going to be directly playing with the community and soliciting feedback. So you'll go from like an audience of 200 to 240. I don't know how many people are working on this game.
Something like that. He added that we're setting up a community council made up of beta participants. Hang on. Let me get through this. Made up of beta participants of all playstyles, from casual to highly competitive players who will be working especially closely with. Okay, now go ahead with the community council.
I feel like I would need
If
a
you're
hood.
if you're playing Crucible, you're definitely a beta participant.
I think we need to be a shadowy figure.
We think the game could use more health power-ups.
Ow. I can't.
I am the Crucible.
Closer, my child.
Made up of beta participants, Freemasons, the Illuminati, and Hillary Clinton. He signed off by saying that we're looking forward to the closed beta and to what's in store for the future of Crucible. It's never good when they sign off saying that. We're looking forward to updating our LinkedIns.
As we all know, that's code for Amazon's probably going to pull the plug in a few more months. You know what? It had a good run. It had a solid couple.
It had a
how
run.
long?
I
There you
don't know
go.
if
That's
it
probably a
did.
better way of putting it.
Being shoved back in the womb.
It like ran a little bit and now it has to go back home. So all in all, it's a pretty visible flop from a tech giant that lately has been sinking a ton of money into video games because they are the future, as I've heard.
Amazon currently has a group of studios based in Seattle, San Diego, and Orange County, California. The Seattle studio, Relentless Studios, is working on Crucible.
cool.
The Orange County team is working on an MMO called New World, and a second MMO that's based on Lord of the Rings. I'm actually very curious about that, but it's probably bad. My cat is going insane. While the San Diego team is working on some unannounced projects.
Ooh, Crucible 2.
Tusible.
That Lord of the Rings MMO better be good. I'm actually excited about that. I know it's not going to be good.
But yeah, Amazon says it's also growing teams in New York, London, and Munich, and a lot of other impressive cities where your friends move to after college and never talk to you again. So yeah, they're making a big investment in the space, and they're just one of a number of big companies trying to get into that gaming gold rush, baby.
So yeah, over the years, the industry has grown into a juggernaut. Last year, it brought in more than $150 billion, holy in annual revenue. To put that in perspective, that's more than twice the combined size of the worldwide movie box.
Office.
There we go. And the music business, which, as we all know, very profitable business to be in nowadays. Spotify's sitting there like,
But yeah, with that kind of money on the line, you're going to get some big players coming into the space. Xbox boss Phil Spencer has even gone so far to say that he considers other big tech companies to be his main competition instead of Sony and Nintendo. So yeah, Phil's taking it seriously.
Yes, specifically, he said when you talk about Nintendo and Sony, we have a ton of respect for them, but we see Amazon and Google as the main competitors going forward. And that's actually the Inside Gaming stance as well.
we're
Google and
fighting
Amazon.
YouTube every day, baby.
But he might not be wrong because we have seen some of the big boys start to get more and more into gaming.
We've seen Google launch its streaming service Stadia last year. Thank you for the views, Google. And Apple has rolled out the Apple Arcade subscription service, but for years now, people have wondered if Apple TV could someday be expanded to include games. Also, people like Apple Arcade. I know it's not like
Yeah.
very popular, but the people who use it really like it.
But when it comes to Amazon, lots of people have wondered what its ultimate goal is, because besides owning studios, they of course also own Twitch. And even more interestingly, they've been rumored to be getting into the game streaming world for a while now. That would make sense. Amazon also has its AWS cloud service that provides a lot of back-end computing for much of the industry. They even quoted industry analyst Michael Pachter, who is never wrong. And
Friend of the show.
He said he would bet everything that an actual game streaming service from Amazon launches this year. So put it all on next year.
But for now, Amazon is making games, and the big takeaway from the Crucible disaster is that while the Amazons and Googles of the world have a lot of money, they haven't exactly had the best start when it comes to getting into the video game industry. But you know, they are the rich kids, their dads are lawyers, they can just pretend it never happened and
I
start
mean,
all
Amazon
over.
out of the gate made like a Grand Tour video game to go along with that show, and it was apparently f***ing dog.
I do feel a little vindicated though, because it turns out with video games there's a bit of a learning curve, and like they still haven't figured it out. So it's gratifying to see one thing they haven't been immediately successful at. You know what I mean? Like Twitch, of course, they're a big name, but Amazon, they didn't grow that, they just bought it.
And Google Stadia hasn't exactly been a rousing success.
No. What are you talking about? But when it comes to creating original stuff from the ground up, neither Amazon nor Google has shown that they've been able to do that. Turns out you can't just throw money at everything, which, you know,
Most
again,
things.
as all very rich and successful people here at Inside Gaming, we know that.
Yeah, they should just
firsthand.
listen to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously.
If you don't have money, you can't throw it at anything.
That's a good point.
Easy.
Idiots.
I paid 10 G's for this cat.
They're gonna have a hit.
They will eventually.
Or they'll
I mean,
just
like-
buy companies that make hits. They'll buy
Right,
CD
but
Projekt Red or something.
Netflix's first show wasn't Orange is the New Black or House of Cards. I think their first original was Lilyhammer. Love them or hate them, Amazon will probably come out of the gate eventually with something that
Right.
works.
This video is the equivalent of a snarky response to a Donald Trump tweet.
Oh man.
All right.
Which
Connor! Hey everybody, welcome back to Inside Gaming Daily for... Oh, it's Thursday. I thought it was Tuesday. I thought that all day. Well, okay, what a treat.
it's a nice little surprise.
Thankful Thursday.
Thirsty Thursday.
Ooh, thankfully
Thursday.
Thursday.
That means we can drink tonight.
No, it means we have to post shots of us nude.
Thanos Thursday.